Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz. It is, 11 p.m. and December 13, 2020. And topic, multiple subjects. And of course, what we all want to know is what happened to the prophets. Still asking that question, are they wrong? And I still believe until things change that they're going to be correct. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of stuff happened, and I don't know exactly when it happened. But this man, I found it today, dated when I first found it 27 minutes ago, which was a couple hours, maybe 3 hours ago. And I watched it in shock. But I'm going to let you see that first. And I'm going to let you see what they're saying today, or at least what he's saying, and the reference where you can find this man, Stephen Bannon, and also his reference is Steve QUAYLE. Something happened recently in Maine where they thought there was a mild earthquake. It wasn't an earthquake. That was a bunker busting bomb that killed supposedly a lot of Chinese. Now, before I go any more on that, let me let you hear what he has to say right now. Stephen Bannon on Israeli News Live. And it's scary, guys. But I want you to read the title. I'll point at it. Trump sends U.S. Navy to confront Chinese in the Atlantic. Now, I've heard this before, but not quite like this. So listen to Steve here just for a moment.
But anyway, Steve was sending me some of the information that he had received that he had shared on the Hal Turner show. And Steve clearly in our conversation today said we are at war with China. We're not talking about a Cold War. We are actually at war. And what caught my attention in Steve's dissertation that he was sharing there on the Hal Turner show was a bunker buster being used in Maine and being wrote off as just an earthquake, seismic activity, where we killed, according to the estimate that they had on there. When Steve did say he didn't know exactly how many people were killed, but some estimated 50,000 or roughly 50,000 Chinese soldiers in an underground secret bunker there, allegedly, from what I understand, owned by Joe Biden, or at least he's connected to this in some way, killing these Chinese soldiers. Let me read to you some of the things that are written here on the screen, as you can see them already yourself. He says 3 training missions were a raving success, except for the paperwork yet to finish, which explains how live bombs got loaded on the bombers for a training mission. Minor cleanup detail. All targets 100% bullseye, nailed everything. Pilots and crew awarded for precision strikes on the training missions. All Canadians and USA and Mexico training base obliterated. The start to finish 1 hour and 45 minutes from first strike. Canadian military woke up super duper fast as the bombs were falling, and they saw nothing until the kaboom underground. As a group of the top brass told Trudeau that he screwed up, big time, and may need to exit fast or die or fess up, but the military was not going to cover up for him.
You know what? I'm going to stop it there because you can go watch that for yourself. Look at that link. And again, it's Israeli News Live. And the title, Trump sends U.S. Navy to confront Chinese in the Atlantic. In Maine, the closest part of Maine and Canada is a rock, as far as you can throw a rock. And but let's go on and look at other things in our news. COVID, the vaccine, will you take it? Will you take the vaccine shot? Let me make this very clear. It is not the mark of the beast. It is not 666. That will only come from the Antichrist and only come under pressure. Either you take it or we're going to take your head. That's how that's going to come about. And he's not here yet. Of course, he may be here in 2 weeks. His name may be Biden. I don't know. He may be the Antichrist. Who knows? But a lot of people, including everybody I've listened to, they're not going to take it. And yet 3 or 4 presidents, both Bush and Obama, Clinton, all them, oh yeah, we're going to take it. We're going to take it. Yeah, right. They'll take it. I'm not going to take it because it's like a standard flu shot. And I've got one of those in 20 years and got sicker than I've ever been with a flu. And I hadn't had a cold now in 2 years. And I'm not about to take a vaccine that'll give me the cold that may last for 2 years. But anyway, that's not the mark of the beast. So don't worry about that. Whether the prophet's right or wrong. Well, time's not up. And states should have electoral votes counted and tallied by Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. Not sure that's going to matter. And again, right here, crap may hit the fan very soon. Anyway, now, let me say this. Well, you know what? I'm going to skip that. I'm going to come back to it. African-American woman, that black lady with the white hair, threatened witness intimidation live and did on YouTube, and they didn't take her off. Well, all I can say is she's got a bed made for her in hell. I'll leave it right there. She's got a bed made in hell for her. And here's what I can see. If this is in fact a provocation from the Chinese in our Atlantic Ocean on our shores, then we are at war. And if we are at war, then there'll be no election. There won't be one. There won't be a swearing in of anyone. There'll be an insurrection act. That'll be called in, and martial law will be called in with it. Limited martial law, but it will be called in, and there'll be no swearing in of another president until the time dictates that. Also, the Supreme Court that denied everything, on Friday? And maybe it was Thursday. I'm sure it blew everybody's mind. Surely these 9 people are not going to let this place turn into Venezuela because they were afraid to take a case. But all they need to do is go in and reword how they presented their case to the Supreme Court. Reword it. That's it. Just reword it, and they'll have to take it. And if they do, then game's up for the thieves and the liars out there. And so if some by horrible miracle, horrible act or thing go wrong, first, God is still in charge. Always. He's in charge 100% of the time. I can see when he talked about, and you go back into the book of Genesis, and when will, as it was in the days of Noah, and it even had said that as it was in the days of Lot, we're seeing the days of Lot right now. every friggin' body out there is a liar and a thief. At least 1/2 of this country is liar and a thief, including 98% of the media, 98% of the Democrats, and you'll probably not get to see this, but maybe once they'll take it off. Look, they took off a bunch of them just recently. Things that's been on there for about 7 years, they took off. They said it wasn't children appropriate. Well, it's simply how to make fuel out of water, but they removed it. Also, it's another thing, cure for cancer. They removed it. Simple things like that. Look, they'd like you old, dead, and sick, or old, sick, and almost dead. They'd like that. They'd like that. But these guys that are running these Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google, they're going to fall. They're going to fall. And you just watch, because when they shut down God's program, that's the churches, they messed in their own shoes. Guys, we could have a rapture of the church any moment. I don't mean any year. I mean any day, any week now. If things go as badly as it looks like it could, or seems like it could, then I'd say that we're really close to going home. And I'm ready. God is still in charge all the time. Jody Wolf Expoz.